everybody. How are you today? Hi, Bud, Cher, Ryan, and Trev. I better get that in there. Today is the 26th. Today is the 26th. We'll get it here in a little bit. You mailed your tape the 24th. We got it in 2 days. It came through. No postage due. 39 cents. That's first class mail to get it through in 2 days. We're awful glad to hear from you again. We know that sending this back is going to be kind of a joke because we'll be on our way north, supposedly anyway, by the time you get the tape. If you don't get it Saturday, you won't get it till Monday, and we figure Monday night we're not going to be too awful far from home. We're going to wait and see what it's like traveling, with somebody else for a change. I've heard say it doesn't work too good. One holds the other one back, But we're going to find out how it goes. I know they're talking running 350, 360, maybe 370 a day. And for me, I'd like to run 4.5, or 500 at least the first 2 days. That would leave a short run coming back. We could spend the second night just south of Indianapolis and we could be on the road halfway decent season the next morning, and we could be home 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know how it's going to work out. We'll find out once we get started. We're quite well versed now in looking at trailers. We've been doing a lot of run around looking for some. The trailers that we have looked at aren't just what we want. The inside of some of them look beautiful. They're nice, but the dinette is a little teeny thing about 2 foot round. Got 2 little chairs with it. That isn't what Mom wants. Mom wants a booth type dinette, and she wants a rear bedroom. So it's going to take some looking. But we're gonna do some looking around. We're not going to look down here anymore, I don't think. But when we come back down, we're going to definitely do some looking. The one we looked at this morning was a park model. It had 2 tip outs. I think it was about 32 foot, 31 foot, maybe 30 foot even. But it was a 1983 model, and they wanted $6,500 for it. Well, it wasn't what Mom wanted by any means. In the bedroom, there was no closet space, no storage space, So that one is out. We got the guy's name and phone number, of course, but that don't mean anything. Some others that we've looked at, it isn't what Mom wants. I thought maybe this time I'd get to pick one out, but it isn't. I don't know if we told you about the one that we went to Zephyr Hills to look at. That was a 32 foot. That's that little one with the little dinette set. The rest of it, storage space. It had twin beds in the back, and a nice full bathroom. A lot of storage space. Gee whiz, there's all kinds of storage space. We went at it and went to Leesburg with Chuck and Lorraine. That's the ones we're going to travel with Sunday and Monday, I guess. We looked at some trailers up there that Mom kind of took a shine to. But the cheapest one we found that she liked was $34,000. And I told her she's got to wait until next fall, because we get home, we're going to have to borrow some money from Bud and Cheryl and Mike and Janice and Vernon Romee and Yvonne and Grandma and Uncle Irwin and, whoever else we can get on the list, It was a tremendous trailer, believe me. It was beautiful. The outside isn't what Mom wanted because it's an Argosy. It looks something like an Airstream, But the inside, it was plush. It wasn't at all as nice as the fancy one we looked at. The one that we looked at that really took my eye was $144,000. Now that was a motorhome, and that had just about anything you could think of. It had stereo pipe through it, microwave. The carpeting was 2.5 inches thick. It had plush upholstered chair in it, studio couch that makes out into a bed. The driver had a small color television set strictly for the driver. It was diesel powered. Let's see. Oh yeah, the bedroom was absolutely beautiful. It had a private colored TV in the bedroom. It had its own private stereo system. Other than that, it was just nothing but high class. You know, that's some of the lighter things of it. It was tremendous. I mean, I tell you, it makes your mouth water to look at that stuff, but you know, blame good and well, it's way out of reach. We have been doing a little bit of running around, like I said, looking at trailers. But so far, not anything that we can do anything about. We don't have the money now. We got to wait until next fall. There's no way we can do anything until then. We were thinking of this one up here that had that been for sale. We was going to call Vernon, but now he's talking about buying a pickup, so that's out. You know, we wouldn't even consider it now. So we'll hold off until next fall. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of trouble selling this one. We might. It might fool the daylights out of us. I don't know. But we're going to bring the car down next fall and look around and see what we can come up with. There's 2 people that's already told us that if we buy a trailer, they'll go and hook onto it and haul it to any place we want it to go, which is awful nice of them. We've spent a little time packing. We got most of the stuff pretty well taken care of. What we'll do, we'll leave the bed made up Saturday morning when we get up, and then it's just a matter of unhooking the water and unhooking sewer and the electric. Yeah, Mom said Chuck's a little bit late sleeper, which he is, so we may not get out of here until 9 o'clock. That's hard to say. But we'll find out just how they want to travel, you know, and if it don't look as though it's going to be anything that's going to get us down the road halfway decent, we'll move on ahead. He drives faster than we do. He said he could slow down. But to me, I'd like to run 10, 11 hours a day at least, and that should get you 400, 450 miles down the road, you know. Go darn it. We got 1,200 miles to go, and I would like to, if we could run 450 or something like that a day, that would leave a short pull for the last day, you know, for the 3rd day. We should be able to make that in 3 days going that far. Like I said before, we're not gonna drive hard. That's senseless. So we can tell better when we get on the road. Right now, our weather down here isn't the best. It's all cloudy, and I would imagine the temperature is it's cooled off now. It's probably down to about 75 or 76. Had the sun stayed out, we probably would have had 83, maybe 84 degrees. It's been nice. It's been real comfortable during the day. Nights, we had a couple nights it was pretty darn chilly. Night before last, I guess it was, there was a little frost on top of the pickup. Now that might sound as though it's not quite the truth, but it definitely is. The nights get pretty chilly here at times. The days warm up the minute that sun comes up, you know, it really warms up fast. It's warm and nice. I just wish it had been so that we could have picked up a trailer down here. There was one over by Zephyr Hills. We couldn't get over to see it, of course, but that was a 1979. If I remember right, it was a 28-foot. And they said they would take a small trailer in trade. Now, I don't know whether this here would be classified small trailer or not, because they said they were going back north. Well, darn it, they wanted $47.50 for the trailer, and if we had been able to come up with probably, somewhere between 2,000, 2,500, maybe 2,400, we might have been able to make the trade, see? But we didn't, so we didn't, and we won't until later. We'll take care of our problems later on next fall. I'm surprised in a way. Mom is definitely looking forward to coming back. It's a surprise to me. I'm awfully surprised that she stayed all winter. I'm glad that she did, and I think now she is glad she did too. Now we had an artist to talk with, to visit with, and then Yvonne came down, and I think the fact that she was family made a difference with Mom too, even at this spring time of our stay here. You know, we've done pretty good. We met a lot of people. I'm awfully surprised and happy that Mom did stay. Now Joyce offered to pick her up at the airport after she was down here 2 weeks. And Romy, yeah, there you heard that, so there's no sense in my repeating that.
No.
That was another thing that surprised me, that she didn't write and take Romy up on it. But she definitely is looking forward to coming back this fall. What a difference it makes, believe it or not, of not having to fight that snow. I'm sorry that all of you couldn't get out of it too. But it can't be, so we'll have to just try to enjoy it for all of you. We made an effort this year, and this coming winter, now, we're going to make a bigger effort because we're going to be, hopefully, in better shape. By gosh, we're not going to be hauling a trailer back and forth, if we can find one, which I think we can somewhere along the line. We're looking at paper, and I'm not going to worry about the Tampa paper too much, because I'm not going to clear to Tampa to find one. There must be others around here. So we'll give it a whirl anyway, by golly. Like I said, we're pretty well packed, almost ready to go. Mom was in the laundromat today, and she washed all the blankets. So they hung out and blowed nice and dry and smelled so nice and clean. She's in the kitchen right now, fixing supper. I don't know what we're going to have, slumgullion or something.
Lasagna.
We're going to have lasagna. Yucky. Boy, just what I like. Anyway, it's just like any other time. You can't argue with them regardless, because I'll say one thing, she gives me an alternative. Eat it or wear it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to humor them a little bit. I don't know what else to say. I didn't make any notes. By the time you get this, all you got to do is sit back and get your feet up and get comfortable, and we'll probably be knocking on the door putting there. I'm going to let Mom add some to this.
They get it Saturday.
Yeah, if you get it Saturday, why then you got a little time to spare. I'm going to let her add some more to this, and I'm going to kind of enjoy myself a little bit with some chow. I got to get the table set up here. I pulled this out so it was a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, I'll let her tell you about the neighbor that come over and visited this afternoon. She's originally from Jackson. I'll let Mom tell you all about that. I think the pickup is about ready to go. I went down and I blew the tires all up, and there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of liquid loss in the radiator now. The thing that surprised me is when I changed the oil on it, running around here on short runs, and what traveling we did, you know, we made 2 trips to the airport, down to Tampa on it. That's 100 miles or a little better. And all of our run around that we did here over to Webster, 60 miles or 50 miles thereabouts. And my gosh, we didn't go to. I don't think we went to Lakeland on this oil change. We may have to. Anyway, I had about 900 miles on it, and that bugger didn't take much over a pint of oil. Now, when we come down here, I dumped in a quart of oil to every tank of gas. And that's 140, 150 miles, see? And what I can't figure out is how come the oil went through it so darn fast. There's no way in this world I can believe that it was leaking, you know. Might be such a thing, it was just so gall darn dirty that the engine finally got cleaned out or something. I don't know. We'll find out when I go. I've got, I don't know, 5, 6 quarts with me. I'm going to try to make that go, and if it don't, I'll just simply have to buy oil. There's nothing else I can do about it. I put a can of STP in it, and I put a can of upper lube in it. I put that in the gas tank, of course. Our gas is about 75.9 down here. There's one place I saw it 69.9, but that was over on 19. We won't be stopping there for gas. I'll be full when I leave here, and it's only 20 miles from us, so there's no sense of stopping there for gas, you know. I can put in 3-4 gallons in 20 miles, but that's all right. We'll get by with it. I still think the carburetor is goofing up. But at the price of carburetors, why, forget it. They'd in order to take it in and have it rebuilt, it's probably $2.25, $2.50. And a rebuilt one over the counter was $70, which I didn't have to spare. And I was going to get a kit, maybe put it in myself, but all I could come up with was a tune-up kit. And a tune-up kit, it wouldn't do it. You'd have to get an overhaul kit. I tried 2 different places and talked to them about an overhaul kit, and they don't even have them. They want to sell you a rebuilt carburetor. Well, that's $70 a whack for a rebuilt carburetor. And then they got to order it. So places down here don't stock much. They rely on the warehouse an awful lot. They keep their inventory down pretty good, you know. I was thinking about going to a junkyard and getting a used one, but I could quite well end up with exactly what I got now. Problems, you know. It really runs rich. There's no way you can lean it up. I've changed the float level, and you've got to go deep inside and change jets and everything, which I don't have any way of replacing those without buying new ones, you know. And the only way you're going to do that's with you got to get another carburetor. It runs good, but boy, she blows black when you fire it up, you know. She loads right up. That makes it hard on gas. There's nothing I can do about it. For $70, I can buy gas to get me halfway home. So, well, darn it, I'll do it that way. Maybe when I get home, if I get around to it, maybe I can pick up a rebuild. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to keep the pickup too long. That remains to be seen too. There's a lot of wait and sees that I got lined up. So, well, darn it, time will tell. I'm going to ring this one down for now. I'm going to get ready and eat some supper. We can get on this here a little later on tonight. I'll let Mom tell you about what's going for tomorrow. Friday is our day here alone, I think, as far as I know now. We don't have anything planned. We're just going to get around here, and I'm going to kind of get things straightened out. I got to get air in the trailer spare yet. That's in the back of the pickup. So, until we get back on it, why, gosh, all of you just stand by and we'll get back to you.
This is Grandma, Mom, March 26, 1986. Got your nice tape today, Bud and Cheryl and Trevi and Ryan. I didn't hear Ryan. I don't remember hearing Ryan on. There must be, I think Bud said he was outdoors sitting in a lounge chair. It sounds like your weather's getting better then. So anyway, so glad to get your tape. One more here before we go home. That's the first mail we've got this week. This is Wednesday, and Janice said she maybe wouldn't tape anymore. She might just write us a letter. I haven't got it yet. Got a Easter card from Romy and one from Aunt Louise, and so I see your weather's getting warmer there. They had 79 degrees in Michigan. It was the big news yesterday. That's all they talked about was how warm it was up in Michigan. So Alpina, Dad said. So maybe some of it drifted down your way. Hopefully it did. It warms up by the time we get there. I have to change from my shorts and short sleeve blouses back to sweatshirts and long pants if that's the case. It's cold. I had a neighbor come over here, the woman from Michigan. She's the one that has lived here a year. Her husband's a truck driver, and she heard we was leaving this weekend, and so she come over to say goodbye, and she gave us her name and wanted us to look her up next time we come out. She's a real nice person. They're renting a trailer here in this camp, and they're looking for a place of their own. As soon as they get enough money together, they're going to get out of here. She doesn't like it here either. It's kind of noisy, and it isn't the best of camps. Had a beautiful wash day yesterday. I washed sheets and everything that was in my clothes basket. And then today it was nice and windy again, so I took my 4 blankets over and washed them and hung those out. And they really fluffed up pretty. Dad helped me hang them up and bring them in, and they really smelled nice. I thought I'd wash them one last time here, take advantage of all this nice weather. And I heard you say that you was going to hang yours out, that Janice had said she'd hung hers out a few times, and she said she got a couple nice wash days, and that's what I look forward to, is hanging them outdoors. And I'm sure it's been nice all year long here, and all winter long I should say, just hanging them out and having them dried by noon, bring them in, and gosh sakes, it's just unbelievable that there's that kind of weather around when everybody else is having those blizzards and everything. And Monday, Chuck and Lorraine come over and took us to Leesburg. It's a little town, maybe 25 miles from here. Maybe not.
No, 50, 60.
50, 60 miles. Well, I was sitting in the back with her talking. I didn't pay attention to miles rolling away. But we went over there, and Chuck had some stuff he wanted to pick up, and we done some shopping at the store there. I've got me a dish drainer for my sink, and Dad got some RV antifreeze at the recreational place over there. Also, we looked at trailers. Dad was telling you about all those nice ones. Oh gosh, they're just out of this world, but then so is the price. But it was fun going through them. Lorraine and I, we really had a ball. They have a 33 or 35 foot Nomad, and it's really a nice one. I wouldn't mind having one like that. I guess Dad told you we got some of our stuff packed. We cleaned out some of the dishes and clothes and put them in boxes and stashed them in the trunk of the car there, or the back end of the truck. So we don't have so much to do Friday. I don't have a whole lot left. I got a canned stuff here under the bed that's got to get out of there, otherwise cans be rolling all over. But we got the biggest share of it done. When doing my wash yesterday over there, I stuck the clothes in there, and it was so pretty. They opened the whole front of the laundromat doors. It's all sliding doors, and they open them wide open, so you're just like you're washing out in the open air. All you got's you're in a building too, but they open the whole front end there. The door's wide open, and instead of sitting there reading my star, I decided to go for a walk. So I hopped down the road there, and I met John and Helen, that are friends there from Lakeside. They walk every morning, and John says, "Well, what are you doing out here?" And I said, "Oh, I was just taking a walk while my clothes was washing." Well, he says, "Come on, I'll buy you breakfast." I said, "Oh, I got my clothes over there in the laundromat. I didn't want to leave them. They get done running, then you leave them sitting there too long, they get all wrinkly." And so I told him I'd pass this time. I said, "I'm really not a breakfast person. Coffee would have been nice, but just to have something to eat at 9 o'clock, I wasn't hungry." So they went on. They walked on into town. They walk every day and go and have their breakfast. And everybody you talk to goes to town and has breakfast. Ardith and Floyd was always talking about going in with the different ones over there. But Dad and I never got into the habit of eating breakfast, other than once in a while when you're traveling at maybe 9-ish, it tastes kind of good, But so anyway, sounds like you had a good time collecting all those cans, and you had enough even to go out and eat. It sounds like that's a lot of fun running around picking up those bottles and everything for money. Out here I picked them up for John. He was saving them for a church project. But if I had got a dime for everyone I picked up, I'd maybe had enough money to take us back to Michigan. Guess. Dad don't think so, but it seems like I picked up tons of them. Every time I'd go out, I took my little sack with me, and I took 2 big sacks full over to him last night when we went to play cards, and he said he doesn't know what he's going to do when I go back to Michigan. He said that he's going to miss me, and I wouldn't be picking up cans for him. But I got him pretty well cleaned up around here, and I went different ways, and Yvonne and I walked different roads, and I really cleaned them up. All there is now is just once in a while you find some that has just been thrown out. But we went for a ride this afternoon after we went to see that trailer. This fellow was this Mr. Schnee, his friends of Barb Mike's, and Rosetta and Ralph took us over there Sunday to see him. And he wanted us to look at this trailer that's for sale, but it isn't what I wanted, and besides it was too much. I couldn't see $6,500 for something I didn't even like. The kitchen was in the middle, and I didn't like that. The bedroom didn't have enough closets, and so we thanked him anyway for helping us. He said that it's a nice trailer, fairly new and all that, but it just wasn't what we wanted, and we don't have the money now anyway to do anything about it. People even offered to leave it set there where it's at in the field out there until next fall, till we come back. But said he wouldn't charge us anything to store it. But like I say, we'll keep a looking, and maybe we can come up with something to meet our pocketbook. Well, I told you we went over to John and Helen's last night, played cards. We tried a new game, spades. Dad and I had never played it before. of how I know how they played it, but I, as usual, played the wrong cards, and John would holler at me because I would play the wrong card, you know, and I don't know if Dad can explain it to you when we get back or not, but it's kind of fun. It's different. We played Tunk, and I took 2 pots, and Dad and John kept telling me that I didn't know how to play cards, and John said, maybe I better shut up. He said that I took 2 pots out of 3, so he said, I guessed I knew what I was doing, and I said, well, I thought I knew what I was doing, otherwise I wouldn't have won 2 pots. We play for pennies. We played for nickels before, now we dropped it down to pennies, so a little cheaper that way. You said that you had a lot of wind out there, and you kids, have you had those kites up in the air yet? Mommy was telling about he was going to fly kites, and that sounds like a lot of fun. Been a long time since I was flying a kite. I think once I was helping Stevie with one, so last I remember trying to fly one. I don't have too much luck with them. Mine probably get tangled up in a tree. Tomorrow we're going to go over to Port Richey again with Ralph and Rosetta. They're going to take us over to lunch tomorrow. The other day when they was here, Ralph says he bet that I would like to go once more. I don't know if I told you or not. I told somebody that we went before with Yvonne. Ralph and Rosetta took us over when Yvonne was here, and it's just like a Sweeten House. You get all you want to eat, and it's real reasonable, $3.66, and that, includes your dinner, your salad bar, and desserts, and your drinks. They had pop, and coffee, and tea, just all you wanted to eat, and it's so good. I just really enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to it. It was, I missed the weather tonight. I went for a walk after supper, left Dad here doing the dishes, so I don't know if it got to 80 or not. Didn't it? 78? Oh, 76, Dad said. But it was beautiful. It was partly cloudy, but it was warm. When that sun came out, boy, it just really was warm. It's supposed to be all the rest of this week is supposed to be real nice, up in the close to 80s by the end of the week.
Friday, Saturday.
Dad said rain Friday and Saturday. But I got my wash done, so I'll let it come. It'll be a warm rain anyway, because they said it's supposed to be upper 70s, so that's a nice temperature. I can take that better than I can that 85s and 90s that we had there for a while. That's too hot. I just could hardly breathe, and Yvonne too had to always outdoors there, poking her head out the door, leaving the mosquitoes in here. She's trying to get a breath of fresh air, and there she'd stand with the door wide open, and then my legs all chewed up with mosquitoes. Or she said, "Oh, I can't believe the mosquitoes in there. How did they get in here?" Well, if she'd left the door shut, I don't think we'd had quite so many. I'm glad she gave you a call to let you know that she got home okay, and that she had a good time, I guess. She kept her on the go constantly, and she's probably resting up now that she's back home again. I see in Arizona there, it's been really hot too, so Barb and Mike's really getting some hot weather. They had some of that cool 60 degrees there. I got a letter from Barb last week, and Zella and Sue and Gloria and all husbands was all out there, and they had a couple days it was kind of cool, she said. And then they went into Mexico, New Mexico, or this Mexico. Went into Mexico, and they said they run into snow. So she said they didn't need that. But I see it's warmed up, and so they should have nice weather now. And Trevi, you said that you're getting a new bicycle. Oh, that will be nice. Ryan's got one, and now you're going to get one too. And Have you got a color picked out, a pretty red or blue or green, or don't you know yet? It'd be nice when we get home, maybe we can see it, or if you haven't got it yet, then we'll see it when you do get it, because Grandma and Grandpa will be home next week. We're looking forward to our get-together at your house. Mommy said next Saturday, a week from Saturday. Grandpa and I should be home and rested up by then and ready to see everybody. I'd be so happy to be able to talk to you in person once more. Tapes are nice and letters, but it still don't beat being there in person. And Vernon mentioned, Cheryl, you said something about, or Bud mentioned, one of you, about how cold it was to Janny's there. Vernon said in his tape, too, last week that he just about froze. If he'd known that she wasn't going to have a fire, he'd wore his hunting coat. Then he was complaining about the cake. He didn't like it because it wasn't chocolate and it didn't have frosting on it. But Romy said everybody ate it, and about Vernon, she says that he would survive. I guess he caught cold, but I think he had that from fishing there. He was fishing in the rain one week there. He said that him and Stephen went, and it was cold and rainy, and I don't think he caught no cold at Janice's. He probably got that standing out in the rain with his old fishing. Oh, let's see. Looking over my notes here. It was nice hearing from you, Bud, and I want to thank you for taking care of the putting decon and taking care of the branches there at home. Cheryl said that you took care of those. I hope you didn't, pine tree there that the branches you said was blown down or ice tore them down. I can imagine what things look like. I'll have my work cut out for me. I can go to work now. I've vacationed all winter. Now it's time to go home and get some work done. I hope it's nice enough so I can open up my windows, air stuff out while I'm cleaning everything out. And about time that you had some good weather. It's almost April, and I hope some of the worst of it's out of the way and decides to be nice. Romy said there was an awful lot of muddy roads when she's going on Arthur Road there, and she goes to Queen Joan's house. That she says her car is so dirty. Well, I can imagine. I know some of those gravel roads, how muddy they can get. I think when they lived over there, different times Dad and I went, you hardly knew where to drive. It was so muddy. Oh, about that fruit cake. Vernon forgot to put the lot number on it, and then the dumb UPS wouldn't leave it here with anybody. They left a note on the door and told Dad to call a number. So, of course, Tampa's long distance, so he put his money in there, and then by the time the guy told Dad, give him instructions as to what he had to do, Dad's time was up, so he didn't even get to give him the address, finish giving the lot number here. So he lost his money. I don't know, $1 something he put in there. Oh, 65 cents, Dad. Oh, $1.65. And so Dad says, oh, the heck with it. Well, next day we come home from town or something. Here the owner walked over here. He had a box in his hand. They'd left it with him. So Dad just wasted his money. Like I say, they was fiddling around trying to tell him how to... what he was supposed to do, and by the time Dad got out there, his time was up, so he said, well, so much for that. It got cut off again. But anyway, we got the cake, and it's still in the can here because it has to be refrigerated. I had so much stuff in my refrigerator that we didn't even cut into it. I said, we'll eat it when I get home, and I can put it in my refrigerator at home. It's bigger, and not have to clutter up this one with it. I'm trying to clean up everything out of this one, and Dad defrosted this afternoon. They had quite a bit of ice on the tray underneath there, and So I said it was okay to go ahead and defrost it because there was nothing except ice cubes in the freezer, and I used up the last meat was in the refrigerator, and so we can have everything cleaned up except for the salad dressing and some ketchup, not ketchup, but hickory salad dressing, but that hickory smoked barbecue sauce. Steak, and then I got some A1 steak sauce in there and stuff like that. I guess will be alright till we get home. So we got everything pretty well under control. I went to the post office yesterday, filled out a forwarding address in case there was some late mail come in after we leave that they can forward on home. But I let everybody know well ahead of time that we was leaving this weekend and not to send anything after the 24th. So I guess that's why we haven't got any mail, was because I told everybody not to write anymore. So probably won't get anything more here now. Because if they sent it the 24th, we should have got it today. Maybe tomorrow we might get something yet too. I don't. Tomorrow and Friday, and so I got all my Easter cards out to you kids. I hope that you got them okay. And I got some postcards that I sent out. I'm going to send out tomorrow, just you and the kids. I thought, give me something to do. I just had some 14-cent stamps, and so I thought I might as well get some out to them. I can't see anything else on my notes here. I went for a walk with him. Oh, I said I'd walk tonight. I left Dad doing the dishes, and he walked with me yesterday. And there's darn much traffic. You hate to walk on the highway here, but that's about the only place. Oh, there is one side road that we took yesterday. It isn't paved, but it's some kind of a, I don't know, it isn't gravel, it's white stuff. I don't know what limestone, I guess. That's, and I thought it would be dusty. That's why we never walked on it before. But when Yvonne was here, she and I walked there, and shoot, it was fine. And I think we met just one bicycle that whole road we walked on. So Dad and I took it yesterday, and we didn't meet much traffic either, did we? A lot of pretty homes out that way. Some of them for sale, and oh, let's see. Well, I haven't got anything more wrote down here, and it seems like I was going to say something too that mentioned something, but I gone out of my head here. Oh, you said something about my cactus, Cheryl. It does. It looks like yours, you know. I haven't seen the blossoms yet, so, but they sort of look like yours. So you can look at them, and if they're different than yours, you can have one. I got maybe 6 or 7 of them. Ralph put in the milk cartons for me here, and I thought I'd just make a little garden like you back out of the way, and just maybe out there where my yucca plants are. Maybe I can pick something back of those, just so nobody will walk in them, and we don't have to mow around them or anything. So I'll pack them in a box and bring them home. Is that thing going? Oh yeah, I heard a noise there. First, this darn, you hear a clicking noise on there. I think that the recorder's dirty. Dad run the what do you call it? The cleaner through it after he taped. He was playing his back, and it had that click in it. Well, that means the tape is recorder's dirty. So mine shouldn't have that noise in it if that cleaner worked. So I'll play a little dab of it back and check it out once after I get done taping here. So I can't think of anything else. Maybe Dad might have something more to say before we finish it up, I'm gonna sit down here and relax a little bit and read my Star. And I got a soap opera digest I haven't finished yet, and I got, I don't know, a woman's magazine. Yvonne bought a couple of those, and I just barely got those read. I don't know what I've been doing. I guess too much running around. I haven't even got time to read any magazines. I read today's paper tonight, so I got that read. So maybe I'll just sit down here. And it's sort of muggy tonight. We got all the windows open. It's 1 minute after 8 now, and so I guess we won't need too many blankets on. Maybe we'll just try one tonight. I sleep warmer than Dad does, and sometimes he accuses me of snitching all the blankets, but all he's got to do is pull them back. So I'll sign off for now, and we'll see it probably sometime next week. We'll call you as soon as we get home, and don't worry about our driving. Dad's going to do all the driving, because I'm not going to drive with that trailer swishing all when those semis go by. And it's bad enough coming out there. Dad could barely hold it in the road. Well, I'm not as good a driver as he is, so he'll just have to settle for me keeping him company. So until we see you next week, I'll say I love and miss all of you, and you take care. And you boys, we love and miss all of you too. And you have fun. Nice weather, you get out. And it sounds like you have nicer weather. You can be able to get out and do something, not have to play in that old cold snow. Little kids out here, they all run around playing. There's a little girl next door to us here. She has her little dolls out, and her girlfriend comes over, and they have such a good time together. And when I see little kids, it reminds me of you kids. So you all take care, and we'll see you next week. Love and miss all of you very much. Bye-bye.
I got a mouthful of candy here. I'm still going to put just a few words on. As you probably heard on the tape, this Florida vacation ain't the snitziest, bud. You've heard that I've had to defrost refrigerator, and I've had to do dishes, and I've had to do windows. So don't let anybody kid you when they say that this Florida vacation is strictly all gravy. It don't work that way. So that should ease your mind just a little bit. There isn't a whole lot that I can add to what Mom said. We're going to wrap this thing up in just a short time. I run that head cleaner back and forth on there, see if I can clean that up. She snaps and cracks like mad, and that's from a dirty recorder, of course. I don't know what I got to do. Maybe I have to get some cleaner and go in there with a liquid and clean them off in there. I'm going to run this little piece here back and see if it still clicks and snaps and cracks. But other than that, well, I guess I'm going to bring this to a halt too. And we look forward to seeing all of you. Should be home Tuesday for sure. So until we get to where we can talk to you in person, why, by God, all of you take care. You boys study hard in school. Trevi, we're going to look forward to seeing that new bicycle you got coming. You get it, you're going to have to be real careful with it. Treat it real good, you know. That'll last a long time. You know. So until we get up there to where we can talk to you in person, each and every one of you take care. Keep in good health. Don't worry about us on the road. We're going to drive it easy. We don't run against the clock now in any of the runs, so it's just a matter of getting from here to there safely. If it takes an extra day, that's what it's going to do. If we were lucky coming down, perhaps we can be the same thing going back. We're going to try to make it go. So until we're up there, we'll just say bye for this time, and all of you take care. We love and miss all of you. So until later on next week. Bye now.